Hi, everyone, and welcome to this webinar on the elements of success. And for those who don't know me, I am Nilofer Safdar. And this topic of success, it has been something that I have been interested in for a really long time. And I have actually created a whole bunch of things in my life for many years, and I've always been very intrigued to see how things show up um, in sometimes when you ask for things, they show up, sometimes they don't show up, or they don't show up exactly at the time at which you want them to show up, right? And so I've been exploring this for a really long time. And one of the questions that I have been in is what does success mean to me? Because for a very long time, I actually lived my life by everyone else's idea of success. So it's like if you are in this kind of a job, you are successful, or if you earn this kind of money, you are successful, or if you have this kind of fame, or if you appear in a TV show, or if you have something written about you, you are successful. But each one of those did not really were not really things that I connected with until I was in a workshop with Gary Douglas, the founder of Access Consciousness, and he said, you have to look for what success means to you. And from that time, I've been exploring what does success mean to me. And it's really been an exploration, it's been an inquiry, and at different points of time, I've had different awarenesses of what success means to me. For example, I once heard Simone Milasas, the worldwide coordinator of Access Consciousness, and she said for her success means changing people's lives. And in her book, Joy of Business, she spoke about this woman who had bought a poster from her, which was like worth $5. And the poster said something like, you can never fail. And this woman wrote to her and she said, I have 4 children and I've been in an abusive relationship all my life, and I bought this poster from you and I stuck it on my fridge, and I just kept looking at it all the time until one day I had the courage to actually leave my husband with my kids and actually create my own life. And so Simone says that $5 was not something which would be like a huge success for anybody. But for me, it was success because it changed that woman's life. So that could be one of the definitions of success. The other thing that I actually looked at what success means to me is when I ask for something and it shows up, that is success, right? And very recently, what I've been aware of what success for me is when I have this sense of ease and peace and joy in my universe. So that is success for me. So I really would like to encourage you to look at what success means to you. And then look at what's going on in your life and look at, are you really successful? Because a lot of times, we keep judging ourselves and we keep thinking that, oh, I'm not successful, or, I've failed at this, so I'm not successful. But really, once you define success, what it is, and you start looking at different areas of your life, that's when you will acknowledge where you are successful. So where are you successful in your life that you're not acknowledging? So just be in this question. So in this webinar, I wanted to speak about the elements of success, right? So I have 7 elements of success that I'm going to speak about. And I might probably go into more elements. Who knows? So let's look at the 7 elements of success. So the first element of success, it's really easy, and I think a lot of times a lot of people just miss it, right? And the first element of success is ask and you shall receive. So just a couple of days back, I was speaking to one of my friends who is going through a lot of challenges in her body. And, as we were just chatting with each other, and I was sharing with her some of the tools to change the things going on in her body, she said, I would like to change this, and this in my body. And so I asked her, have you asked for it? And she looked at me and she went, oh, I haven't really asked for it. So what would you like to have in your life that you haven't yet asked for? And this is something that I have been so aware of recently in the past few months. And literally, I have been writing down each and everything that I would like to have. So here's a little exercise for you to do. It's like something for you to play with, and don't make it really significant. And I would just say, just take a pen and paper. And if you have a pen and paper right now with you, you could just start writing down. And on this pen and paper, write down 100 things that you would like to have, that you would like to do, that you would like to create in your life. Right? And, why do I tell you to do 100? Because most of us, we have this resistance to doing this. There's some kind of magic in putting down things on paper. And it's almost like once you write down things on paper, it will start to shift and change, and it will start to create those things in your life. And we have this resistance to having what we are asking for. And so we will procrastinate and we will avoid doing this. So, if you can just start right now and start writing down those things, and even if you can write down, say, 10 things in that list, I think, you've really gone, you've really cracked through that. Okay. And literally what I've been doing, I've trained myself. So at different points in the day when I go, oh, I'd like to have that, or I'd like to have that, or I'd like to have that, I actually just open up my list and I have it in my smartphone and I just keep adding to it, right? So ask and you shall receive. And I'm asking you to go one step further and actually write down everything that you would like to have, okay? So the first element of success is ask and you shall receive. Okay. Then the next element of success is no conclusions. Okay. So no conclusions and no decisions about what you would like to have. Okay. So here's what it is. So you have asked for a Ferrari to show up. And then you go into conclusion about, oh, I have to do this and I have to do that and I have to do XYZ in order to have that, right? But everything that you ask for will show up when you have no point of view about it. So let me repeat it once more. Everything that you ask for is going to show up when you have no point of view about it. So what do I mean by this? A lot of us, we have a vested point of view. Oh, I have asked for this, so it has to show up. And why isn't it showing up? And I have to do this and I have to do that and I have to do blah, 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 blah. And we keep, going around and round and around all that. But if you can let go of all your points of view around whatever you're asking for, it is going to show up. So everything you ask for will show up when you have no point of view around it. Okay? The next one, and this is another one which you must have heard like a million times before. And this element is called gratitude. When you are grateful for everything that is there in your life, you will have more showing up. So, I think it was 3 or 4 years ago, one of my friends, she started a 40-day gratitude challenge. And I had a conversation with her, and till that point of time, I was like really, really, really resisting anything to do with gratitude. Like I had heard about the gratitude journal, writing down gratitude lists and all of that. And so I told her, I have this huge resistance to doing gratitude because it just feels so forceful to me, and I should be doing gratitude, and I really don't want to go into any shoulds and shouldn'ts about it. So we had like a 10-minute conversation. And I said, okay, I'm going to play in this 40-day gratitude challenge. And what was really amazing was that it was around the 20th of December. So literally, as I moved into the new year, I would be in this 40-day gratitude challenge. So here's what I had to do. Every single day, I had to write down 10 new things that I was grateful for. So I started writing down 10 new things that I was grateful for every day. And here's the beauty of it. Like I would wake up in the morning and the first thing I would do was open my smartphone onto my page where I was doing my gratitude list. And I would actually be looking backwards over the day before. And I would be searching for those moments of gratitude. And so initially, it was all like, I'm grateful for my husband, I'm grateful for my parents, I'm grateful for my kids, I'm grateful for my home. And pretty soon, I think within 3 or 4 days, all of that, which was like really the surface level stuff, I had pretty much written it all out in my gratitude list. And then I started looking for those magical moments. So, I have this email from my client and they are appreciating the work that I've done with them. Oh my God, I'm so grateful for them. And then I go out for a walk in the morning and I can feel this cool breeze on my body, and I can hear the bird song and I can see the beautiful trees. And so I'm so grateful for that. And that beautiful gift that somebody has sent to me, and it just, oh, they remembered me and they sent it to me. So I'm so grateful for that. And then as I'm walking on the road and I pass by someone and I smile at them and they spontaneously like smile at me. So I'm grateful for that. And very soon, like within 10 days, my whole energy was this energy of, I have so much. Because this gratitude just showed me how much I had in my life. And I was acknowledging those little moments of magic throughout the day that were showing up. Wow. So my whole energy shifted from this place of I don't have to I have. And literally, it was like, I think 4 years ago, when I said, I am going to change my whole financial reality. And I actually wrote down this list of everything that I wanted to have to create in my life. And then I also started doing the gratitude list. And within 3 months, everything that I had asked for on that list had actually showed up. So, element number 3 is gratitude. What are you grateful for today? And like, you don't have to write down 10 new things. You could just write down 3 new things that you're grateful for, or just like 5 new things that you're grateful for. So, as I was talking, how many things could you find in your life to be grateful for? And can you perceive that energy of gratitude and that energy of abundance which actually started to flow as I was talking about gratitude? So the first element is ask and you shall receive. The second is that everything that you ask for will show up if you have no point of view about it. Number 3 is gratitude. Okay. Number 4 is you can never fail. So you can never fail. So here's the thing, you ask for something to show up, and then what you do is you judge it. So it's like, okay, I'd like to have this red Ferrari, and I've been asking for it for 3 months and it hasn't shown up. So it's never going to show up. And so the moment you go into judgment, what did you do? You just killed the energy that you have created in having that Ferrari show up in your universe. So what if you remove time from the equation? If time was not there in the equation, would you ever fail? You wouldn't, because you would just keep asking for whatever you are asking for, and you would keep asking for it and keep asking for it and keep asking for it until it actually showed up. So really, can you ever fail? You can't. You really, really, really can't fail. But the caveat is that you have to stop judging. Stop judging that they are not showing up. Now, here's another really interesting thing to look at. Okay. So everything that you have asked for is something that, everything that, or rather, let's look at it, that everything that is there in your life today is everything that you have asked for before. So everything that you are asking for today, it may show up right away. It may show up tomorrow. It may show up after a year. It may show up after 10 years. Or it may show up after 10 lifetimes. But it is going to show up. So when I actually heard this for the first time, that it may show up after 10 lifetimes, my whole body like started fizzing, buzzing. And I was like, oh my God, that is so true. We negate the fact that we are infinite beings and we've had infinite lifetimes, and we're going to have infinite lifetimes in the future as well. And we judge that we fail based on whether something shows up this lifetime or not. Is that bizarre or what? So, can you really ever fail? If there was no time, would you ever fail? Okay, so that's the fourth one. Let's look at the fifth one. And this one is something that I have just started playing with recently. And this one is called committing to your life. Now, what do I mean by this? So what I mean by this is that how many back doors do you have open? So for example, you say, okay, I am going to create this, right? And then you start playing with it for some time, and then you suddenly go, oh, never mind, I won't do this, and I'll do something else. And you actually just weasel out of that. That's where you kept a back door open. And that's where you haven't committed to your life. So it's like once you actually commit to your life, there is some magic which happens in some way. And everything starts to shift and change, and things start to show up in a totally different way. So I have been aware of this concept of committing to your life for maybe 2 years now. And I always kind of thought that, oh yeah, sure, I'm definitely committed to my life. And there is no doubt in my mind that I'm committed to my life. Until this summer, when I actually started to explore this, and I started to see just how not committed to my life I was. So here's a question for you. What percentage are you committed to your life? And for most people, it will be like a 20%. And so, can you be in this question of what would it take for me to be 1000% committed to my life? Not 100%, but 1000% committed to my life. And can you perceive the energy that opened up when I actually asked that question? So, what would it take for me to be 1000% committed to my life? And can you perceive that space, that silence that that showed up when each one of you actually chose that? It's almost like something which has no words, which is totally, totally, totally beyond words. So the next one, number 6, is it's not about you. Now, what do I mean by this? So, a lot of us have been on a journey for many, many, many years. And, we like to tell ourselves these little lies. And the lie is this, that, oh my God, I still have a lot of stuff and I have to work on my stuff. And I have all these blockages and I have to clear all these blocks and I have to do this and this and I have to let go of this stuff and, all of that. So the moment something happens to us or something occurs in our life, we go into this victim mode almost, and we go into, oh my God, this is my stuff coming up and I have to sort this out and I have to clear this and all of that. So one of the questions that I've been increasingly asking all my clients, everyone that I've been talking to is this: is it really about you? And the way that I would like you to explore this is that if it feels light, it's right or it's true. And if it feels heavy, it's not true. So here's what I would like you to do. Look at something which is going on in your life that you would like to change. Okay? Whatever that thing may be, right? And then ask yourself this question: truth, is this really about me or is it something else? So it's like, maybe I have like maybe I'm just feeling blah, right? And then I go, oh, I'm just feeling so blah and I don't really know, and why do I keep, and I thought that I had worked on this, and why does this show up? So just ask yourself, is this really about me? Or is it just something that I'm perceiving in the universe? Maybe you have some stuff in your body. Maybe you have like a pain in your stomach. And you go, oh, why is my stomach paining? What did I eat? Maybe I ate something which is causing bloating or, whatever. So instead of that, what if you could just ask this question? Is this about me and my body, or is this something that I'm aware of? And actually look even deeper in this. Are you contributing to changing the world? So is whatever that is going on in your life or in your body, is it something which is an awareness of what you are contributing in the world? So what if you didn't have stuff anymore? Haven't you worked on your stuff long enough? What if none of it was actually your stuff? What if it was just an awareness of a contribution that you are being to this whole world, to this whole universe? So the next time that something shows up in your life, would you be willing to actually ask this question? Is this about me? And the next question would be, what contribution am I being that I'm not acknowledging? That if I were to acknowledge it, would change this whole thing. We love to pretend that we are so small or we are so limited, whereas who we are these amazing, amazing beings who are changing the whole universe by the contribution that we are being. So, I'm reminded of that beautiful quote by Marianne Williamson, where she talks about our greatest fear is not that we are small, but our greatest fear is that we are so great, that we are so magnificent, that we can change the whole world. So, what if it was now time to acknowledge that magnificence and that brilliance and that contribution that you are being? And then the seventh element of success is creation. So we are these amazing beings who are uh, phenomenal creators. We have this amazing energy of creation. And a lot of times we don't acknowledge this energy. So, for example, when you're sitting there and you're daydreaming, are you really daydreaming or are you creating? We define creation as what we do. We define creation by what actually shows up in the physical reality. Oh, I've created a book, or I've created a class, or I have created this business which is showing up in this way, that way, or whatever. But we don't actually acknowledge that phenomenal energy of creation that we are being all the time. So it's like, if you've been around kids, and if you have kids, can you see how much they are creating all the time? Like, just by their energy, they are actually contributing to the lives of the whole family, the lives and living of the whole family. They're contributing to the money flows, they are contributing to everything that is going on. But if you look at it in the terms of doing or whatever, what are they doing? They're not really doing anything. It's most of the time they're being and they're playing. And that is the energy of creation. And this energy of creation is so important to the possibilities of this world. This is the energy which is required to create the change in this whole universe. So, what energy of creation are you being that you're not acknowledging? And like, what have you defined as creation that it is not? And what don't you think is creation that it actually is? So, like, a few questions that I love to play with around creation is, what can I create today that I haven't even considered? And what can I create today beyond the capacities I don't think I have? So again, we limit our creation by the capacities or the skill sets we think we don't have. Whereas the fact of the matter is that if you just ask for something, it shows up. So, for example, like years ago, I was shit scared of technology. I was so scared of technology that it was not funny. Like, I mean, if I went near a vacuum cleaner, it would stop working. So my husband would jokingly tell me that all you have to do is show up near machines and they stop working. And I looked at that and I said, this has to change. And technology has to now work for me. So literally, I went from this space of being petrified of technology, where if something went wrong, I was like, oh my God, this doesn't work and I'm never going to do this again. I went to this space of what would it take for this to work? And how can I get this to work for me? So now I can be around any technology and I just know that, it will work for me. So was that a capacity or a skill set that I had? No, I didn't have it. But I was willing to ask for it. So again, we go to the first element of creation, which is ask and you shall receive. So what can you create today beyond the capacities you think you don't have? So let me go over all these elements of creation once again. The first one is ask and you shall receive. The second one is that everything that you ask for will show up when you don't have a point of view around it. The third one is gratitude. Fourth one is you can never fail. The fifth one is commit to your life. Number 6 is it's not about you. And number 7 is creation. So these are the 7 elements of success. Now, does anyone have any questions, any comments, anything around this? If you type in the chat, I can unmute you. Anyone? Or shall I just unmute everybody and...
I have a question about making myself wrong, that I'm not good at this already.
Okay. Hold on. Sorry, I'm going to just mute everybody and okay, sorry. So who is it who had the question? Can you just type in the chat and so I will unmute you? Are you, okay, hold on. I think, are you on the phone? Hello? Did you have the question?
Yes. The question I have is about making myself wrong for not being there already, or having all the successful, not doing this the way I should be doing it.
Sorry, can you repeat that again? I couldn't hear you very clearly.
My fear is that I'm judging myself for not already being good at this.
So what are you not good at?
Honoring myself.
Honoring yourself? Okay.
Yeah.
So are you making yourself wrong for that?
Yeah, it's a loop.
Okay. So can I ask you a question? How is that working for you?
Sure. Say that again.
So how is it working for you, making yourself wrong for it?
very slow, sluggish, and not moving as quickly as I'd like it to be.
Exactly. So it's not really working for you, right?
Correct.
So do you get that choosing to make yourself wrong is actually a choice?
It just seems like it's running in the background all the time.
Okay. So, you know, would you be willing to catch yourself when you do that the next time and go, no, I'm not choosing that anymore?
Yes.
So it's like, you know, we can have a whole bunch of things running in the background, right? And we could just look at it the next time and go, okay, you know what? I'm not playing this game anymore. So if you disengage from that game, what happens? The game will disappear from your life. So for example, you know, let me give you an example. So say you are in a tennis court and you are playing ball, right? So you hit the tennis ball and then the other person hits it back, and then you hit it again, and then the other person hits it back. And so you have that to and fro going on all the time until you go, you know what? I'm not going to hit the ball now. And you walk off the court. What's going to happen? Will the game continue?
Oh, it's so easy.
Yeah, but you have to choose to stop the game.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just kind of like you expect you have to do a whole bunch of stuff to make it stop as opposed to just choose it.
Just choose it. Yeah. And that's
Yeah, it's that easy.
that's what I mean by, you know, haven't we done enough? Like, haven't we been like working on these things for lifetimes? And now it's like, let's just stop it. Just go stop. No more.
Oh, that's fantastic. I can really feel it shifting.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you for your question.
Whew.
Thank you. Okay, cool. So if there's anybody else who would like to ask a question, I'll unmute you. Hold on. I'm going to unmute you, Indrani. Okay.
Not me.
Oh, you're unmuted.
I have sent you a written question, really. How
Mhm.
can I live what I perceive and I know, but I cannot live it still? There's something blocking me from living and therefore being totally creative. And what is it that I can do, or can you see anything here?
So, are you judging yourself that you're not creating?
No, I don't. I never judge I don't, it's not in my nature. Mm.
So, what do you perceive and know?
What do I perceive? And I know what is and still I cannot. I have found out for myself that I'm more creative for other people than for my own self. Why? I ask myself then. Why do I need somebody to create for than to create for myself?
So
I need
let me ask
objects.
you questions. Truth, is that a judgment or is that an awareness?
It's an awareness for me. It's an experience that I have made in my life.
Yeah, so it's not an awareness, dear. It's an experience which you're like judging you for that.
Okay.
So what does judgment do? It stops energy.
Yes.
So you are asking to create things for you, and then you go into judgment. oh, I can create for others, but I'm not creating for me. So what did you just do? You
I
just
stopped the energy flow. I stopped the
exactly,
energy flow through it.
exactly. You just stop the energy flow. So again, that is that thing of choosing. No, I'm not choosing that.
Mm.
Stop.
Okay. Mm.
Like anything that makes you feel heavy, or it doesn't make you feel great, there is that element of judgment somewhere.
Mm.
So just go, oh, so am I judging here? And then you go, okay, never mind, I'm not choosing that again.
Okay. Mm.
And also, is that really your judgment, or how many people are around you who are judging themselves that they are not creating? So are you aware of them?
Yes. Yeah, I understand now. Yeah. Yes, I
So
see.
again, it's not about you.
Exactly. Not about me. Yeah.
So it's like every time if you go, it's not about me. It's not about me. It's not about me.
Mm. Is it then about the truth? It's about what? It's about being? It's about...
What does it matter? What is it about? It's
Mm.
not about you.
Mm.
You're just aware of something, and you just have to acknowledge that awareness. What am I aware of here?
Yeah.
When you ask that, what am I aware of here, you're actually acknowledging that awareness.
Okay. So every time I feel or this the perceiving of something comes, all I have to do is to ask myself, what am I perceiving here? What am I being aware of now? And that's it. And not going to any kind of conclusion and say, oh, this is what is. Okay. Thank you ever so much. Thank you ever so much. Yeah. Okay. I understand now. Yeah. Because I cut out the moment I start making a conclusion out of it. I realize now that I'm then cutting off my energy to create.
Exactly. I mean, everything you ask for shows up when there is no point of view.
Yeah, understand. Yeah, yes. Yeah.
And it's those things when we have no point of view. It's like magic. It just shows up.
Mm. Mm.
So when it's not showing up as if by magic, then you have to ask, how many points of view do I have here? And then just, let it go.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
My heart feels lighter.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
So we have time for one more question. Maria, okay, hold on. I'm going to unmute you. Hold on a minute. Yeah.
Hello.
Hi, Maria.
Hi. It's so funny. I was listening to your webinar like long time ago. Whatever you did, not webinars, the things that you used to do with all the facilitators. I can't remember the name. And I said, I'm missing Nilofer. I haven't heard her in a while. And then I received from you. So number one, I'm doing it. Actually, I said, what does it take for Nilofer to come up with something new right now? So after you shall receive, I did the number one, so that's great. I'm stuck though on number 6.
Mm-hmm.
So I have you very present lately. I was reading your book, the money book that you have.
Mm-hmm.
And I got stuck, and I've been stuck, I think, for 2 weeks. And I just don't want to go forward. I should have gone forward. About creation, I got stuck in the question where you said, what would I like to create my monetary reality as?
Mm-hmm.
I am doing well, but when I heard that question, or when I read that question, I came into panicking. I'm like, oh my God. And like all my barriers went up, and I'm like, oh my God, I don't know. I can't figure out. So I can't really picture or figure out what my monetary reality, what do I want to, how I wanted to create it as.
Okay, can I ask you a question?
Yeah, sure.
So, and this is for everyone on who is on right now and who is going to listen to this in the future. So, just listen to these words, okay? What would you like to create your monetary reality as? Now, here's the thing. When I ask this question, don't look for an answer. This is what everyone does. They are looking for an answer.
Yeah.
Right? So if you didn't look for an answer for this and just hear these words, what would you like to create your monetary reality as? And let me ask this again. What would you like to create your monetary reality as? Can you perceive an energy here?
Yes, it was this time it was kind of like expansive and I had no point of view.
Exactly.
And actually, I think what I was doing was I was judging myself because I wasn't having any point of views. Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. So, hold on, Natasha, do you want me to unmute you? Hold on, let me find you. Okay. Yeah, Natasha.
Yeah, hi, Nilufer.
Hi, Natasha.
Hi. I just wanted to ask that when you say it's not about you, or what do you mean exactly?
It's not about you.
But the success means be more contributive energy.
So, give me an example. Something going on in your life. Give me an example of it.
No, actually, I'll tell you a little bit wrong. I lost my mom of cancer when I was very young, but do meditations and all, and now then I lost someone else of cancer 3 years back, and of course I got to access a year and a half back, and things have really started changing. But I realized I was always doing a lot for other people till I realized access where am I appreciating myself. So I get confused then. Are you being selfish or are you being contributive, from that aspect?
Oh, okay. So, no, it's not about you, is not this what you are talking about. Like you're talking about, oh, I'm doing things for others. No, I'm not. Yeah. I'm not talking about that. So here's the thing. It's like, no, everything that goes on in our life, every issue that shows up in our life, we make it about us.
Oh, okay.
Like, I have a pain in my stomach, so must be I ate something or whatever, and that's why I have a stomach pain. So it's all about me. It's all about something I've done, and so I have the stomach pain. The fact of the matter is that our body is an awareness unit. We have 800 different senses in our body. Our body gives us information about the earth. It gives us information about the universe. It gives us information about the people around us. It gives us information about plants, animals, about the weather, and so many different things that I'm not even talking about.
Okay.
So that stomach pain is not about you. Okay. It is your awareness. It is your body giving you information. Okay. Or, say for example, you have like a meltdown in a relationship.
Okay.
It is not about you. It is an awareness that you have about something. So if you are willing to go, oh, this is not about me, I don't have stuff anymore, what awareness am I having here? And even that, and do you realize that when I asked you this question, suddenly your energy just went expansive?
Yeah.
Right? Because this is what is true now.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I don't think I have to say anything more.
No. Thank you so much. I understood it.
Most welcome.
Thank you. Yeah.
So I think we've just come to the end of 60 minutes, and I would like to invite everybody. Okay, 2 invitations. Okay, I'm going to be doing a 7-day success challenge. So basically, what this 7 days is going to be is that over a period of 7 days, I'll be sharing videos with you. And in each of the videos, you will have tools with which you can play with. And you can start to create things in your life. You can start to have things show up physically in your life, right? So this is a 7-day challenge. And I will actually, when I send out the replay for this webinar, I will send you the link with which you can join the 7-day success challenge. So that's one. And the other thing that I wanted to actually share with you is that the amazing Indrani Meyer, she has invited me to Switzerland, Zurich, and we are going to do a Create weekend in November. So November 12th and 13th is Creating It All. It's a weekend. And so we spend time together there, and we play with these elements of success, and we also play with the energies of creation. So how cool is that? So if that is something which calls to you, if that is something that you would like to be a part of, then come play with us. And I wonder what we can create that we haven't even considered. Like somebody asked me, she said, oh, Nilofer, are you going to teach? I'm writing a book and I'm getting stuck, and I would love for you to facilitate me on that. So if that's something you want to create, come for the weekend and we'll play with it. We'll play with books, we'll play with classes, we'll play with all kinds of things that you would like to create. We look at where you are actually already creating that you're not acknowledging. We look at all the judgments that you have about creation, and how when you let go of all those judgments, it can just, give you that sense of ease and peace and everything in your universe, right? So come play with us. Come to Switzerland. So thank you everyone for being on this webinar with me. Thank you for contributing your energy and for showing up. Thank you so much. I'm just going to stop recording, and then I'll unmute everyone and we can just have a chat. So bye.